As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. But tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second down, here's Levis. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Third and short. It's Levis. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, these two teams, they met in Lambeau earlier in the season with the Packers winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Carlson's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On the jump. 79.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Now they'll audible to something else. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. Hey, look at this Packers defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here comes Pettis on the return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Go!
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
To throw on second down. Britton going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards to pick up there. Throwing on first down. Britton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. They'll run on first down. Madden. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Madden. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And they'll bring out Anders Carlson now to try the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They're going to try and throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
At the 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
On first down, Madden. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Carlson's extra point up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
On 1st and 10, Britton. And incomplete on the deep ball. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You look at this Packers defense.
They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Operating from the gun, Britton. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Levis now off of play action. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Marcus Davenport, the 1st rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Levis now on 2nd down.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
They work now on 2nd and 9. And now an audible here into something else. Rager, the man in motion.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Britton. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Open man is Yoshivas.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25.
Throwing to start the drive. Britton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That was doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
2nd and 9.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 40-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
60 evil.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Let's go now.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 19 tight, 19 tight. Cougar 19.
Back to throw. Britton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Some strong running at the 20.
And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Play action now. Levis. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
now
just
you
called
can go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Britton. And that is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
An audible here to get a new look.
On 4th down, Britton.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st down, Britton.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Sullivan. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Pettis now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
A 2nd down throw from Levis.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw, but I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And some room to roam now. There he goes, left side. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Off play action. Britton. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Barkley, toss play left. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. On the draw, it's Nwangu. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They run the counter. Madden, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Levis on 3rd down.
He's going to air one out. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson
With his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Packers have opened the lead up to 30. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Levis now on 1st and 10. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Packers are pouring it on. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Britton. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down, Britton. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now they'll change things up. Barkley, inside handoff. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Off the play fake, Britton. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Britton. And he fires one incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Packers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a handoff up the middle. Madden. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 111 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Levis. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Working from the gun, here's Levis. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Levis. Oh, and that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Levis throwing for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Off play action. Britton. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 30 yards. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Levis. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Levis throwing again on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On 1st down, Levis. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set them back on 2nd. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 2nd down, here's Levis. under pressure. They got him again. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be third and a mile.
Now here's Levis now on third and long. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
Here we go. Fourth down. Levis.
And that is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And
that's caught at the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 42 yards.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
On 1st and 10, Britton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Barkley will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Head to 60. Head to 60.
Barkley again.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pettis now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the air.
That's caught inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Carlson on for the extra point.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Vikings 17. Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
First and 2 at the 25-yard line.
Ready! Mustang 19.
First and 10, it's Levis.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Third and long.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a...
ball.